Think for a moment how many times you negotiate, both in your personal and professional life. It might be negotiating with your partner which restaurant to go to on Saturday night, or it might be a multi-million-dollar business deal at work. No matter where you negotiate, psychological research has identified one behaviour that you mustn't do if you've won, because it can affect how people cooperate with you in future negotiations too. My name is Jonathan Bradshaw and welcome to this week's Meatology Minute. Yes, this week's delve into our research archive leaves me with a great tip, science-backed, that's going to help you negotiate in the long term with people. It's not to smile when you've been successful in negotiation. The research comes from 2017. I'll put a link, as always, on the website, from the University of Southern California's Institute for Creative Technologies. They set up a game where a pair of people, were given a pot of money and asked to do one of two things. They could either choose to steal it or share it. If both parties chose to share it, both got half the money. But if they didn't cooperate and one stole and one shared, the person that stole would get the money. So it was an interesting psychology, trying to read people, trying to guess what they were going to do. What the researchers found out by observing the people involved in the game was that if the winning person who stole it when the other person decided to share, if that person smiled, the person they were negotiating with were less likely to be pro-social and cooperate with them in the future. So smiling was perhaps seen as gloating and a negative thing. However, when the person lost and they smiled, actually the person they were negotiating with next time they met them was actually more pro-social and more cooperative, were likely to split the pot essentially. So a brief and practical insight. When you've been particularly successful when negotiating, and it could be professionally or personally I suppose, don't seem to gloat. A big beaming smile at how lucky you've been or how great you are might backfire in the longer term. The next time you're interacting with that person, they may be less easy to negotiate with. I hope that's of use. I'll be back in a week's time with some more meatology, helping you thrive professionally and personally by making social skills one of your superpowers. See you in a week's time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.